Liezl from Liezl Love Books, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm just a girl who likes reading romance, fantasy romance, paranormal romance, any kind of genre of romance in general. And I also happen to have cerebral palsy, and it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. I also hope watching my videos can make your day just a little bit brighter. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to the Goodreads Choice Awards nominees for 2025 in the romance and romantasy categories. The Gingerbread Bakery by Lori Gilmore. Yes, I did think this book was going to be on this list. I know my friends Jess, Monica, and Christy. Tori has read this cozy romance series. I personally haven't gotten to this series yet. Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. Yes, I also predicted this book was gonna be on here. I haven't read this book yet, although my friend Christy read the audiobook for this book and she really enjoyed it. Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. Now, I completely missed this one. Love Arranged by Lauren Asher. I do like this book. It is a fake dating romance, and I really liked it. I just thought it was way too long, but the audiobook was really great. It was in duet narration style. If It Makes You Happy by Julia Olivia. Now, I haven't read this book yet, but I want to. My friends who have read this book really like this book. I did predict this book will be on this list. Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. Yep, I knew this book was going to be on this list. Ali Hazelwood is really popular. One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. I have never read a Carly Fortune book, but I know every time she releases a book, she is always on the Goodreads list. Wild Side by Elsie Silver. Yes, I predicted this book was going to be on here. Romantic Summer. This is the second book on this list by Allie Hazelwood. Rewind It Back by Liz Ford. The final book in the Windy City series. Favorites by Lane Fargo. Now, I don't know why this book is on the romance category, because I'm 99% sure that the heroine and the hero do not end up together. And the definition of a romance is we see the heroine and the hero end up together 100% of the time. We all know how Goodreads like to put the wrong books in the wrong category. Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I'm so happy that this book is on here. But I forgot to mention this book on my predictions list. Spiral by Bal Cabra. Hockey Romance. Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver. I did not guess this book at all. King of Envy by Anna Wong. I did guess this book was going to be on here, and I really enjoyed this book. First Time Caller by B.K. Borson. Yes, I predicted this book was going to be on here. Although I heard from my friends that Good Spirits was better than First Time Caller. Story of My Life by Lucy Score. Now, I had no idea this book was going to be on this list. Haven't heard anyone talk about this book, so I have no idea why this book is on this list. Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Now, I predicted this book was on here every time Abby Jimenez releases a book. She's always on this list. Scythe and Sparrow by Bryn Weaver. We have 2 books by Bryn Weaver, Tour Season and Scythe and Sparrow. 2 books by Allie Hazelwood, Ben and Problematic Summer, and I don't think that's fair. There are lots of romance authors. Why would you pick 2 books by the same author? Give someone else a chance. I don't know how Goodreads picks these books. They're not very fair to authors. Give other authors a chance to be nominated. Like Catherine Cowles. She was on the New York Times bestseller list for Secret Haven. Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Emily Henry is always on this list, and she always wins. It's very predictable, although I think that Say You'll Remember Me has a better rating than Big Beautiful Life. I'm going to vote for Rewind It Back. I just love Rio. We're going to the romantasy category. Alchemize. Yes, I predicted this book was going to be on here. This book was very popular when it came out. It's all over booktube, Instagram, and book talk. Alchemize is basically manacled without all the Harry Potter references, and I loved it. Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. I did predict this book was going to be on here as well. I just haven't read this book yet because I haven't heard the best things about Songbird and the Heart of Stone, so I'm hesitant to start this book. But I heard better things about book 2, so I don't know. Maybe I will start it eventually. Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. I also predicted this book was going to be on here because Rebecca Ross's Divine Rivals was really popular, but that series was not for me. Shield of Sparrow by Devney Perry. Also predicted this book was going to be on here. This book was everywhere. In BookTube, Bookstagram, Book Talk. It's Devney Perry's debut romantasy novel. I liked it, but it wasn't as amazing as everyone else said. I gave it 4 stars because of what happened towards the end. And I really liked the monsters in this book. The Wrath of the Fallen by Amber V. Nicole. I did not guess this book was going to be on this list, only because this book just came out. Silver Elite by Danny Francis. I predicted this book was going to be on here. Again, I liked it when I read this book, but I think this book is overhyped, and this book is not a fantasy romance. This book is like a dystopian with a little magic. Emily Wild's Compendium of Last Tales. I did not guess this book. This book was not on my radar for a nomination. Enchantress. I knew this book was going to be on here solely because The previous book, Phantasma, was on this list when it came out. Still haven't read Enchanter yet. Onyx Storm, of course, it's going to be on this list. It has over like 1 billion ratings, and I think it's going to win. Rose in Chains. Yes, I predicted this book was going to be on here. I got like 25% into this book, and the author changed. Julie Soto did not take out the Harry Potter references, in my opinion. She kept it in there because if you read, I forget what fanfic was called. If you read the fanfic, and if you read in chains, she did not change a thing. She did not take out the Harry Potter references. She named the heroine Brimey. So I just had to DNF this book. Immortal. I did not guess this book was going to be on this list. Mate, how that means Allie Hazelwood has 3 books nominated for the Goodreads Choice Awards. She has Deepen, One Problematic Summer, and Mate. Now, in my predictions video, I did predict that they were going to put Mate in the romantasy category, even though it is a paranormal romance. Now, this is not fair. I don't care how popular Allie Hazelwood is, but she should not have 3 books in the Goodreads Choice Awards. Why are you going to do this? Can't you give other opportunities to other authors? Ambitious Oath. I did not guess this book was going to be on here, but it is on my TBR. Direbound. Yes, I did. I did predict this book was going to be on this list, and I was right. Think Fourth Wing, but instead of dragon riding, you have wolves. A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. Yes, I did predict this book was going to be on here. On the Wings of Blood. I had no idea this book was going to be on here. And I have no interest in reading this book because I tried to get into it in the beginning. I just DNF'd it because I didn't like the writing style. The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. Did predict this book was going to be on here. No, I'm not going to read this book because my friends Jess and Tori did not like this book, and from what I gathered from them, like their disability representation in this book is horrendous, so I will not be reading this book. Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Mass. This is the second book to Blood of Hercules. Now, I tried reading Blood of Hercules on my Kindle before it was an audiobook, and I just decided that this book was not for me. Like I made it to 20% and I DNF'd the book. But with the audiobook, I will give this series another shot because I just saw someone post a review for book 2 on Instagram, and what they had to say about this book sounded really interesting, so I might give this series another shot. The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I did predict this book was going to be on here. Rachel Gillig is very popular. Accomplice to the Villain. I have never read this book, but I know this series is very popular. I'm going to cast my vote for Alchemized, but I know that Onyx Storm is going to win. Alright, that's my reaction to the Goodreads Choice Award nominees 2025. Goodreads needs to do better. They need to select one book from each author, and they need to be more inclusive because there is not one LGBTQ plus book nominated on this list. Not an romance, not a sapphic romance, and I think that's just really sad. They need to be more inclusive. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Liking this video would help me out a lot. And I'll see you Wednesday. Bye.